Hello and welcome back to the Bad Movie Reviews channel, hosted by none other than your two favourite Shazamers. Fuck, that made no sense.
Jesus.
Ben and Daniel, which will be reviewing the latest DC film, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which we both enjoyed the first one. I know you had this on your top 10 most anticipated of the year at the time.
Yeah.
Whether that has changed since then, I'm not too sure. But for anyone who doesn't know, it's basically a continuation of the first Shazam following Billy Batson and his alter ego Shazam. I won't really get into too much plot, spoiler-wise. Obviously, I'm sure you at home, you don't want to know as much. It is directed by David F. Sandberg, who directed the first film.
Yep.
I guess we'll get straight into it. What did you overall think of the film? I know, as I said, you enjoyed the first one, so it had a little bit to live up to.
It definitely had a bit to live up to. And I'm actually not sure how I feel about this film. As in, I'm not sure if I actually really enjoyed it or I'm critical of it, or it's kind of a bit of everything for me. I think I did enjoy this film at the base core of what it is. I did enjoy this film. I at times I thought some of the CGI was a bit dog shit, and then at other times I was like, this actually looks really dope and kind of epic, and I was like, okay, it looks like I'm getting a little bit of both here. They've definitely put some
Preferences.
And they put some extra, I guess, professional CGI shots for certain aspects and kind of skimmed on a few others. But look, some things were epic, some things kind of made me cringe a little bit here and there, but it was kind of like a cringy humor, which I think this movie does quite well in general. But there was some stuff that was just kind of weird. It didn't feel like it had to be there. And then, at times the film was epic. When it comes to, I guess, the acting, it's comparable to the first. I wouldn't say that anyone is spectacular, but it's not the kind of film where I guess you got to act your heart out per se. But I think you got to act your character, and I think they do that well. I think they act their characters very well. Everyone along the board. Some of the cinematography was pretty nice, but as I said, this film kind of had very much ups and downs for myself. Some of the audio design I actually really enjoyed. I did enjoy some of the score throughout this. And at one scene, I thought the music was probably maybe too epic for the scene that was going on. But look, personal take on that one. I can't remember the name of the main star who plays Barry.
Zachary Levi.
Yeah. Look, does exactly what he does well, and he played Shazam fantastically, I thought. The additional characters throughout this film were pretty good, but it did lose a bit of its kind of its base love, I guess. The whole idea of family and everything like that was really strong and present throughout the first film. I actually felt like that was very diminished in this film, which I thought was one of the key strengths of the first film. But yeah, look, I enjoyed this film. I think at the core level, I did enjoy this film. A few things I was probably critical here or there, which you may touch on a little bit more. But I did enjoy this film. How did you feel about it, kind of overall?
I had a good time.
Yeah,
I think it's
a good time.
I think it's a fine film. I enjoyed the first one. I don't think this is any better or any worse.
Yeah.
I think it's very much on a similar level. Where I would really say I think it did better in is actually what you I found interesting that you said it is the acting. I actually thought the acting was a lot better in this film due to the addition of the extra characters of Lucy Liu, Helen Mirren, and Rachel Zegler, who I all thought were really good. And then everyone else was fine, but Jack Dylan Grazer, who plays Freddy, really puts this film on his shoulder and quite literally carries this film. He is sensational in this movie.
He's definitely the main character.
Well, I feel like he probably has the most screen time, but he's also not in it a lot because there is quite a heavy cast. But he plays his character perfectly. I haven't seen him in really anything else apart from It, where he's very similar character, to be honest. The kid who makes jokes out of everything is the sarcastic kid, which he plays perfectly, and I thought he was definitely the best part of this film, and I really enjoyed him in this. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you in terms of the sound design. They did really well as the score, and the CGI was a bit iffy at times. But my biggest gripe with the film is how shit it looked at times.
That's what I meant.
Some scenes were really well lit and looked fantastic, but then about 70% of the film shot during the day in Philadelphia. and it looks so plain. Like it just, there's like no color grading, and it just looks very, I don't know how to explain it. It just looks like it's filmed in the day and they've not taken any care in how it looked, which is majority of the film in that time. But I like how they sort of delve into, I guess, the Greek mythological world of DC a bit more, which I really enjoyed.
Yep.
But no, I thought it was fine. Like there's not much, like not many negatives. The story was very formulaic. I do agree with you in the sense that with the first film, you're obviously dealing with these young kids and orphans, and they become a little family. And in this film, that's kind of put on the back foot just because you've obviously got the fact that they can become superheroes now.
Yeah.
You know, people that have the power of every fucking god you could think of. So that's kind of like all the basically the whole consequence idea of this orphanage family is kind of gone. It does come a little bit back to play, but but other than that, like that kind of it did lose its charm a little bit for me in that regard. But it is emotional, it is funny. I liked all the characters. I just thought it was an enjoyable film. Like I'd probably buy it on Blu-ray and watch it again every now and then.
Yeah,
like
it was enjoyable.
I really like. I had a good time. It's enjoyable. It's not anything fantastic though. I do like that DC a lot wanting to do these light-hearted films. Obviously, you got like Batman and the Joker, which are very, very heavy movies, and I like that they're able to do this. Whether it actually will play a part in the future of the DC universe, we still don't know though. So that's one of the things I guess we'll see. It probably will heavily rely on its financial.
I don't think anyone has a clue what's happening with DC or the universe.
Well, yeah, I think it heavily relies on its financial result, whether it'll continue. So judging by our screening, that may not be a good thing then, considering it was day of release, peak time, and there was about 3 people in a cinema that can fit 500. And the reason I know that is because I used to work at this cinema, so I know the exact.
500?
Yeah, it seats 500.
Where were you?
So there were literally 5 people at a 7 p.m. showing, basically, to give you an example. So it could be doing a lot better in America. I don't know. It's the start of a new footy season here, so maybe everyone's gone to that. So, but no, I did have I did enjoy it. I had some laughs. I had a really good time. No real complaints. As I said, I just thought the film looked really plain at times, but then at other times it looked great.
Yeah.
I do got to say though, anyone on film Twitter or Facebook or anything, I don't know what they're doing. A major thing in this film was spoiled like a week beforehand on their like a YouTube spot, and I don't know why they've done that. That kind of really annoyed me. I didn't even see it, but then obviously the fact that it happened was all over IGN, all these, Hollywood Reporter.
I don't know how I missed it.
I'm not too sure, but it was like a vital moment that played out, and they've kind of spoiled that. So whether ticket sales were looking dire potentially, and they're, here's this, to throw a spanner in. Yeah. So no, I do recommend seeing it. I think if you enjoyed the first, you probably know what you're getting yourself into. It doesn't break any new ground, but it is definitely enjoyable. Yeah,
without a doubt. Definitely enjoyable.
So, look, if you have seen it, let us know what you think in the comments below. If you're excited for the future of the DC universe, I know we probably are, but...
Somewhat.
We don't...
I'm excited for Flash.
I'm excited for Flash. That looks great. And Superman. I'm excited to... I love Superman personally, but... it'll be interesting to see what they do, and I don't think this film really shows much of the future, but definitely recommend it. It was fine, really enjoyable, as I said.
Yeah, that'll probably I reckon wrap it up there. Yeah. It did lose its kind of like identity and belonging, but it was still an enjoyable film overall.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let us know what you think in the comments, and feel free to subscribe. We'll catch you next time. We'll be chatting John Wick 4 next week. So that'll be our next review, which we're both super keen for. So we'll catch you then.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.